What's up, kisses, and welcome back to NinaUnrated. This is my #1 requested video, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do a real lap dance. Luckily for me, I got myself a model. His name is Patrick Blackwood. You're going to meet him shortly. Let's go ahead and get started.
You already know who it is. It's Patrick Blackwood in the building. Man, you guys been asking me for OnlyFans. Now I'm about to give it to you guys. So I need all my ladies, my digital women, my girlfriends, tune in for it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm happy to go be in this lap dance video. You guys stay tuned.
The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you sit your customer properly. Now, what do I mean by that? Typically, you're going to want to bring them to the edge of the couch or the seat, depending on what your setup is. Remember, all setups are different in all kind of different clubs. If you want me to do a video showing you guys how to give a lap dance standing up at a side stool of a bar, I can do that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get my customer comfortable and make sure that they're ready for their lap dance. How you doing?
What's going on?
Good. You ready for your lap dance?
Yeah.
I know that a lot of you may not be comfortable saying this, so I'm going to show you exactly how to say it. Sometimes a male needs to be adjusted. In other words, what does that mean? They need to fix their genitalia. Have you ever been here before?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to adjust you. Is that okay?
That's cool.
Okay, perfect. So always ask the guy to go ahead and adjust themselves. And the best way for you to do that is to simply turn around, give them time to do what they have to do. That way you don't really have to watch. It doesn't make them uncomfortable. It doesn't make you uncomfortable, and you can go ahead and get the lap dance started. Okay, ladies, this is really how we do it at the strip club. So this is typically exactly how your customer would sit at a club. Sometimes the booth is a little smaller. So do you mind moving on this side really quick? Sometimes you will only have all the way to the end. Sometimes you only have this much space to work with, depending on what club you're actually at. So I'm gonna go ahead, for the sake of this video, and put him in the middle. So typically, this is, sit as natural. This is typically how a customer would normally sit. Very natural, very relaxed. What we need to do as entertainers is understand that we're giving a lap dance and they're paying us for the best services possible. So what I do is I always ask, is it okay if I adjust you? I take my right hand and I say, can you scoot over to the end of the seat? I bring him all the way to the end of the seat. I push him all the way back. In this case, you can tell that his pants are a little lower. This is very common at a strip club. Don't freak out. You mind pulling these up for a second?
Yeah, for sure.
All the way up. Like all the way up. All the way up. It's going to be a little, yeah, all the way up. Like seriously. That's as far as they go? There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now come all the way to the end. Lean back. This is exactly how you're going to want to sit your customer. Then you're going to want to make sure that they spread their legs about 24 inches. Right about there. That's going to give you room to be able to step in between him, and it's also going to make sure that he's relaxed and even. So basically, the best way to remember is to bring the knees to the shoulders. Very, very simple. And this is how you get a lap dance started. Now, because we are on YouTube, this is going to be the PG version so that everyone can actually see it as a tutorial. So once you have him seated and he's perfectly relaxed, typically you're going to want to stand in front of your customer like this. Now, most people would want to just automatically straddle their customer like this. This is not comfortable for any entertainer. You're not going to want to do that. What you're actually going to want to do is use your inner thigh or the outside of your thigh running all the way on your bum area. When you do sit on a customer, you want to sit where your actual private area is not touching his genitalia. So there will be no, there should be no private parts actually touching when you are given a proper lap dance. Now, a lot of guys will try to tempt you to adjust you. Do not let them adjust you. You are in full control of the dance. You're going to want to sit on your customer with your legs closed, and you're going to want to do the motion frontwards and backwards, front and back. That's one way to do it. The other way to do it is to straddle your legs and match it with his legs. And you can rest your hands on your knees to give you full support and do the same thing forward and backward, forward and backward. Now, it appears as if we're lined up exactly where we're supposed to be to have some sort of intercourse. That's not the case. I'm actually slightly to the right or slightly to the left using your butt cheeks. So typically, The best way to give a lap dance is to have one leg in the middle and one leg over the customer. So this is the best way to kind of cheat your way through a dance so that there's no actual contact. Now if you notice, I'm facing this way and my butt cheek, my right butt cheek and my thigh is what's exposed to the customer. When you want to lean back, put all your weight on the arm that's either on the couch or on the back of the seat, but you want to rest all your weight here and put your hand on your knee so you can have full control. And you want to go forward and backward, forward and backward. Same thing, if you're going to do the other leg, it's the same motion. You're just going to change where you're going to rest your body weight. Now, there is a thing where you're straddling the customer, and I'm going to turn around to show you how you use the inner part of your thigh when you're actually giving a private dance, so there's no contact with your vagina or his penis. You're going to take his hands and you're gonna set them aside. At some clubs you can have friction and they can put their hands on your legs or on your back. Some clubs there's no contact. If there is no contact in your club, could you place it on your hands, please? I had the customer sit on their hands. This may seem uncomfortable for them, but they are not worried about the pressure on their hands. Trust me, they're worried about the pressure in this area, so they'll be fine. Have them sit on their hands. That does two things. It keeps them from moving too much. It gives you more control of the actual lap dance, and it keeps you safer. Now, if you don't mind them being touchy-feely, girl, go ahead and do you. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing. So I have him sitting on his hands for video purposes. We're gonna have him sit on the side. Put your hands on the side. And I'm gonna take my inner thigh and I'm gonna rest it. My knee is going to be by his bum area. My inner thigh is going to be with doing the friction. This is the actual motion that you want. You don't want to straddle your customer like this. You can, and we do it often, but in most state laws, you have to keep one foot on the ground at all times. If not, you can get hit for prostitution. Keep that in mind. If they want to get you, they will. So keep it safe. Keep one foot on the floor at all times. In some clubs, you have to keep both feet. So that's the motion. And you're just going to go frontwards and backwards, frontwards and backwards. That's how you do a proper lap dance. Now, there are some clubs that will allow you to get on your knees while you're facing the customers. A lot of clubs won't allow it depending on where you work. The proper way to do that, and the reason for that is because most women would take their chest and rub it on the actual pelvic area of their customer. So that would go something like this. You want to keep your knees together, go down, down, and up, down, and up. Now, if you decide to do that part of the dance, the best thing you can do is not really rub your chest on their pelvic. It's give them full eye contact. That's gonna sell the dance a lot better. They need to feel connected to you. Now, how do you keep them from just getting one dance? Any hints? Any hints on how they keep you? What do you do?
I need the eye contact. I need a full.
The eye contact does it for them.
All that.
So this is the way you're gonna want to do it. When you feel that the customer has high tension, like if you're giving him the dance like this and you can feel like he's starting to shake his thighs, or he's starting to sweat, or he's starting to get really, really tense, that means you're doing a really good job with your dance. You're gonna wanna ease up. Match the back of your heel to the front of his toes. Very simple. Keep your hands on his knees. Pull up and forward. Now what you're doing is he's getting to see all the, all the juicy stuff in the bag. You just start twerking, girl, because now you're giving him a full visual. In other words, you release the pressure from his pelvic area, extending the private dance. And that's how you go from one dance to 5 dances. You gotta learn how to read the tension in the body of your customer. If you guys have any further questions on how to give a proper lap dance, I'm going to be doing the adult version of this lap dance on my OnlyFans. I will be completely nude. I will be showing you guys how I really do it at a strip club. And I will be hosting that video in my home. That way that for the people that want to see the adult version of this tutorial, you're more than welcome to go over to my OnlyFans. Now, when you are done with the dances, you're gonna want to sit next to your customer. Sit up. How was that?
Awesome.
Was that good? Yeah? Okay, cool. So, you're gonna want to ask for your money. Now, someone like me, I ask for my money up front, and I usually say it's 3 for $100. I get my $100. Halfway through my second dance, when I'm about to go into my third dance, I'm already talking some stuff in his ear to prolong the dance. So, how was that? Pretty boring, right? We're gonna give you a better version, but we have to keep this PG for YouTube. And that is how you give a proper lap dance at a strip club. Thank you so much for being a good sport.
Thank you.
You guys, stay tuned for future videos.
Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe.